Hi, this is Dana, and on this channel I speak about spiritual warfare. I have one more channel on which I speak about astrology, and all others are essentially just created by my copycats, my doppelgangers, and all these 3D creatures who tend to copy me, much as they actually copy everyone else that came from 5D. Um, Hi, welcome back on my channel. I'm happy to once again create. I took a longer break as guided by the divine realm, by God, by Jesus, and by my spiritual team from 5D. Precisely because it was an intense phase of the confrontation in terms of spiritual fighting and bondage breaking. Um, as I said before, there are a number of doppelgangers and copycats who keep impersonating me in different ways. And God had a specific strategy in this phase of confrontation. So he asked me not to make videos anymore because they made, essentially, God showed me a contract and they were earning money from stealing my work. So and after they signed the contract, God said, from today you don't make videos anymore until they will be requested by those who paid for their services to prove that indeed it's them, and it's their own work and it's not stolen. So this is the reason why I took a longer break. For some time, God already showed me that He were already proven that they are a fraud and that essentially they signed that contract in my name, stealing my work, my intellectual property, and so on. Anyhow, I just wanted to give an explanation. I did this once before, but it was a shorter break. And I wanted to give an explanation just for you to understand why I didn't make videos for a while, for like 2 months now. But also because many people are facing this, strategy of stolen identity, stolen intellectual property, stealing essentially your personal data, your image, your work, and everything. And of course, stealing your rights and from that, many other opportunities and literally money, income. So many of you face this. So I only gave an example on how to deal with this, basically guided by the divine realm, because they take specific steps and they sign specific contracts in your name, like they did in my name, in order to make money out of my work. And your purpose is not to whine about it. This is not what I'm doing, but to carry on a spiritual fighting to block them. Part of the spiritual fighting against them is to expose them. So sometimes you gotta play stupid and just keep quiet and let them do their thing until they incriminate themselves enough, so they can actually be prosecuted. And then sometimes it requires you to stop delivering your intellectual property, your own work, so they will be again exposed as a fraud, exposed that they cannot produce content if you do not provide content, because they only copied yours. So if you don't provide content, they basically cannot provide as well, because they have nowhere to steal from. So it's a more complicated confrontation, and definitely you need spiritual guidance from God, from your ancestors, in order to face it and to expose them. And let me say further, this type of fight must be as much as any other spiritual fighting, must be fought for a while in spiritual realm, and after you already won in spiritual realm, you must, and I insist on this, you must carry on the fight in 3D. That means prosecuting them. And I'm a person who I've never been in a tribunal with the exception of a divorce. So I was only once because I was divorcing. But I intend to be very much present and to learn a lot about the justice system in 3D, because absolutely each and every single fight that you win in spiritual realm must be mirrored in a 3D material existence endeavor in which you actually take them to justice. Once again, I say that we came in 3D to dismantle 3D. This is our spiritual fighting. The copycat, the how you call these doppelgangers, and this stolen identity strategy, it's essentially just one of the strategies they have, because the entire 3D is only a copy of the 5D. It's an illegal, fraudulent copy of 5D. This is what it is. And we came here to prove that, to take everything back, to prove that they're just scams, and to bring divine justice, both in spiritual realm, but also in 3D. This is the way to dismantle 3D, by taking actions in 3D, not settling with them. And I must emphasize this, and this is my personal belief. It's a stupid strategy to fight in spiritual fighting in astral, and then to settle in 3D. Because then you carried on a spiritual fighting for nothing, because you contradict yourself. Your 3D existence contradicts the spiritual fighting which you led. This is my dog, you guys. He's sleeping every time when I make a video, and somehow I think he's running in his sleep because he's breathing and he's very anxious somehow. I don't know why, or exactly I know why, because there's a lot of darkness being sent to our home, of course. So you have to fight in 3D as well. This is my point. This is extremely important for everyone. There is no victory. It's an empty victory. Any victory that manifests only in 3D, but it doesn't correspond in the 5D. Quite the same. Any victory in 5D that doesn't resemble the 3D, it's an empty victory. You didn't succeed actually until you actually produce outcome in 3D. This is my personal belief. And for this reason, always I'm puzzled when I keep hearing very delusional, I would say, I would label them this way, very delusional ideas about what should come next. Many people who think, and I've been watching tarot readings for the last period of time when I couldn't produce content myself just because God said so. And I was puzzled to keep seeing tarot readers so enthusiastic, predicting that you will get in a relationship and everything will be marvelous. And I don't understand why they have such delusional perception. If we came here to dismantle 3D, nobody sent you here to have a spouse and settle and feel good. Surely, if you can, you should enjoy yourself. But your focus and your purpose is to do the spiritual fighting, which involves also healing, which involves also teaching, which involves many different. I have already videos on this matter, and I already spoke about it, explaining that spiritual fighting, it's a multidimensional activity. Many times by healing you do the spiritual fighting, or by teaching others, or by doing good deeds towards others, and so on. You can undermine your enemy just simply by doing good deeds to the people who he's oppressing. There are many nuances to be discussed here. But what I mean to say is, of course, you should enjoy yourself if you can. But that's not the purpose. This is not the end goal, you know. So, yeah. Anyhow, I do hope that this is taken in consideration. The bondage breaking is the only way where you can actually make any kind of energetic healing permanent. It's the only way, the bondage breaking is the only way that actually ends karmic cycles. And until everybody has done enough bondage breaking, I believe that each and every encounter you have, it's just another opportunity to see what is left from the bondage, existing bondage, what comes to the surface, and then break it. Of course, I said before, ideally God himself wants us to break bondage in the most peaceful and enjoyable way possible. But most times it's not possible, because the conflict and the I don't know how to say this, the contradiction between light and dark is too strong. We are not in a gray phase. We are in a phase where still you have dark and light. And at this point in time, I don't believe, I haven't seen bondage breaking yet, which has been done peacefully in a common agreement and working together. Anyhow, the point is, as I said before, the purpose for our coming here is to dismantle 3D, to break bondage, to take everything back, to do the spiritual fighting, and so on. This must be done in 3D. I had video, I posted videos in which I explained you must do in 3D, you must take in 3D steps, material existence steps, in order to manifest something or someone. You cannot do this only staying in astral. Staying in astral definitely will open doors to portals and to darkness and so on. You have to, I mean, and I wanted to say in this video, this is a video where I talk randomly about stuff, because it's like a get together after a long time. We just need the pizza and the beer to sort of have the right come together after such a long time. While we do this spiritual fighting, I had discovered so much, I researched so much in these 2 months, in which I didn't make videos, but it's so much information that for me it's always a puzzlement when God makes me do such a long break, because I don't know what to say first, what to write first. I asked God what exactly you want me to say in this first video, because I don't even know where to start from. And he said, just say hello and that you're back. Because I will make more videos, this is why, and he will show me what exactly he wants me to say. But what I mean to say is that I'm still puzzled how some of these people are stubborn and don't understand that 3D is over, and that all they do is just, essentially being punished. I mean, it's been proven to them over and over and over again. It's been given chances to them over and over and over again, and proven to them that you don't get away. You simply just don't get away. To me, the latest question I had to God last night, I swear, was the following, because there are people that keep attacking spiritual being and God's will in many circumstances. And I asked God, I said, do these individuals understand that upon death, because everybody keeps making plans for the next life. They say, I'm not going to break bondage now because I'll break bondage next life. Well, you shouldn't be planning to have another incarnation, you stupid idiot. You should be planning to fucking finish it and go back to God. Why are you planning for another incarnation? I mean, you desire to have another incarnation after this instead of wanting to go back home? This is very, of course, because many of them think this way, there will be another incarnation for them. They will manifest another incarnation for a few reasons. One, because they didn't fight. Two, because they manifested because they believe they have to reincarnate again, you see? So then they will, unless we succeed. Personally, I vote and I asked God. I said, just screw them. I don't care what the opinions they have and what the fuck they manifest. I really want this over. I'm not incarnating again. I'm going back to God. But regardless of this is just, a random debate. But aside from this, on a serious note, talking about this, essentially, I don't think I shared this information, namely that I discovered exactly, what exactly comes down to about this spiritual fighting, because it's just to me personally, because I won and I passed all tests, to me is like pointlessly repeating itself, So essentially, I said, I just want to pin it down. What the fuck is this for? Because at this point we won. So what exactly is it for? And I came to the conclusion that in the research, basically, as I said previously, the soul upon death, the soul goes to God. Death, incarnation, let's start with this actually, before death. Incarnation, it's not of the divine realm. Incarnation is a lot of darkness, very high density of darkness, which you take willingly upon yourself. But let's be very clear, you take it willingly because others made bondages on you. They made bondages on you and put darkness on you, which is dragging you down. So you came in 3D to clear the fuck up all the lies and all the deception, right? That is basically the process of incarnation, right? And then we have all of us, so far we had such a wrong perception of death. Death, essentially, as you do the spiritual fighting, you evolve spiritually, you do different embodiments. I will talk about embodiments now also, because this stupid doppelganger who copies me, my next door neighbor, took one of my videos in which I spoke about doppelgangers and about embodiments, and then she decided she wants to embody me. If you can imagine such a stupid thing, you see it. So sometimes I say to God, I don't know if I should talk anymore, because they are so crazy. They twist everything in such a way. So she decided she wants to embody me. So she made a petition to some sort of deities requesting to be me. But those deities are my ancestors. You see? So my ancestors showed me when she approached them and she requested this. And of course they refused. They said, we believe she's better than you at being her. This is funny somehow, but somehow is sad because it's very sick-minded. Anyhow, so taking different embodiments, what it means? It means that you take a specific identity upon yourself. That means a specific an activation of a specific DNA. The DNA resembles, it's basically a mass of energy, and resembles what happened to that individual, good or bad, good and bad, both of them, right? And you take embodiments only from God. You don't take embodiments as you want, who you want, and stupid. And let me say this, you only take embodiments only from God, and the purpose is to transmute the darkness. As you transmute the darkness, you change the DNA and you transform into a different embodiment, right? And you jump timelines this way, right? And you cleanse all that darkness. As you cleanse all that darkness, you reach the point which is called and imagined as by us as death. Upon death, the soul goes to God. Now, let me emphasize this for all of those idiots. Everybody's soul goes to God. No soul goes anywhere else. All souls go to God. All these creeps, you stupid idiots, who have been doing all this harm, you must know you will face God. You must know. I don't care how many contracts you sign with Satan. Satan can only take if he wants you. But many times he doesn't want you either. Because the punishment from God for him would be too high if he would partner with you. So in any case, you can sign whatever contracts you want. But Satan can only take your spirit. Satan cannot take your soul. Okay, so your soul goes to God anyhow. So you will have to face God and explain to him what the fuck you did here. Okay. Now, the spirit though, the entire fight in 3D, because this is where I wanted to arrive actually with the discussion. The entire fight in the 3D is for the soul to keep. Why? Because with the soul, you connect to the divine realm, right? So you need the soul in order to have energy awareness, to keep in touch with the divine realm and to have connection with higher self and so on. Yeah. So you fight to preserve your soul, because all this darkness which is sent to you has the purpose to actually kill your soul, which means basically God will take it from you upon dramatic deterioration of your body. Yeah. So this is one issue. We fight to keep our soul. So we fight for our soul and to win back our spirit, because 3D, it's Satan, sort of say. It's a Satan, it's a darkness land. It's a land of Satan. It's a land of darkness where we came in order to clear our name and our spirit, in order to do the integration between the spirit and the soul. So the whole 3D fight, it's about the spirit. Okay? And in order to integrate, you have to win through spiritual fighting and through dismantling all the 3D lies and bondages and whatever was created, spiritual sacrifice rituals and all sorts of contracts and all sorts of things, which are not created with your will or knowledge. So this is the spirit. Therefore, is being used by these creeps who do satanic rituals in these secret cult societies, okay? And they use mummification process in order to preserve the body and to use the spirit in necromancy, in order to attack us. Why? Because they don't have any power. Because the underworld doesn't work with them. They have no authority. Lucky. Shh. They have no authority. Basically, they have no authority. The darkness in underworld doesn't answer to them. Much of the black magic is just created like this with necromancy, graveyard magic, which is this sacrifice rituals and mummification and necromancy and so on. Anyhow, so the point is, the fight is for the soul in order to keep in touch with God and be able to carry on the fight, and to win the spirit, to take back your spirit. Because as I said in another video, upon incarnation, instantly a draconian implant is placed on each individual in order to for separation consciousness, right? And they tend to separate your spirit from your soul, yeah? Through trauma bonding, through different sort of contracts and bondages created. This is what we're doing. This is what we're fighting, yeah? Anyhow, so this is what it comes down to. This is the fight. You need to carry on this in order to win. As you won your spirit back, and meaning you broke all the bondages created, which they use in order to make claims upon your spirit, to use your spirit in necromancy, trapped and so on. Um, why would you want to reincarnate again? Because if everybody does the work, if everybody wins the spirit back, if everybody keeps the soul, then you don't need to incarnate again. You're done. You go home and stay home. Okay? So I hope people don't make plans for different incarnations, and people don't wander in delusions about oh my God, such a fairy tale. I met this man, and then now we were meant to just enjoy life together. No. Whatever couples are coming together must be very focused on understanding the assignment they have in coming together. Most likely they come together to break a specific bondage which was created upon their union, which most probably is the reason why in previous lifetimes they separated, and they decided to come together so they can break that shit, so they can take power back, and so on. So anyhow, it's, as I said before, it's very tricky, because I give this information and this explanation, which is my research, and I have confidence in God and Jesus, and I know my Akashic record and karmic board will pass the information to whoever is necessary, and also place it in the Akashic record, so those entitled will receive the information, because I know what kind of work these scripts do on my channels and on my spiritual work and books I publish. So I want the information to reach the proper people, but because maybe I don't get to meet them, but my information can be useful for them to take the fight further and create more than I was able to. But it's always tricky because of these creepy individuals who you see. I used to have a lot of official positions in which I led teams since I was very, very young. Somehow it just so happened, and every time I kept saying to myself, the most dangerous person is the stupid with the initiative. Because if you're stupid and you sit on yourself and do nothing, nobody is bothered by you. But if you're stupid and you have all sorts of initiatives, then you become dangerous, And this is the same thing with these ones who read or listen to my videos. Because as I said, my next door neighbor petitioned deities requesting that she would be me. She wants to do an embodiment of me, you see. But let me explain to you. I'm alive in 3D here. How the fuck would you embody me? You can embody somebody who's not here. You cannot embody somebody who's here. First of all, only if you decide to kill me, which she did many times. She tried. But even more freaky is the fact that she has been sending so much black magic to me. She's been doing mirror magic, candle magic, altar magic. She used my identity to create fake marriages with different men in my name. She was paid as a mercenary, and God has shown to me the weddings. What the fuck you talking about? I was so mad. I cannot explain to you. I was like, I will so smack her face. Why you allow her to do this? So she created sacrifice rituals. Literally, I have seen burials of me. She was incarnate. She was pretending to be me. She was role-playing me. If you can imagine this. Also, I asked God, I said, why isn't she scared to sit in that thing and to go through a burial? And he said, she's doing it for money. She requested this amount. She requested this amount. She requested your house, which actually she lives illegally in my house now, still after many years. But what I mean to say, she has done so much black magic on me. I cannot even begin to tell you how much sex magic, death magic, incantations, water magic, mancy, and I don't even now, necromancy and basically witchcraft and voodoo and tortures and so on. She made all sorts of these attacks for me to go crazy, for me to be thrown in jail, for me to be thrown out of my house, for me to lose my job, for me to lose my income, for me to lose all relations and opportunities to be in a relation. I cannot even explain to you how much she did. And to me, I was like, why is she requesting to be me? Does she know what kind of darkness all of this has created against me? What kind of attacks? Does she understand that she has to face all that she has sent to me now? Even if they say, the divine realm will say, okay, you go be Dana. You go be Dana now. After you created so much darkness to attack Dana, now you go be Dana. Let's see how you face all of these attacks which you have sent to her. Do you see how stupid she is? It's really unbelievable. So sometimes it's very tricky. You don't know what's gonna come out. What I do know, though, from my experience, is that always God knows what will come out of anything that He requests you or me to do. So with this being said, I will conclude now this first video, which essentially, as God said, is only a video to say hello. I will come back today with another video a little bit later, after I get the chance to actually review some of my notes and pick a topic that God will guide me to talk about. I will come back with another video. This is just few days before Lionsgate. We are already in the energy of Lionsgate. So personally, I would like to focus on that. But in my case, these are the thoughts that I'm entering the Lionsgate with. I will pick another topic that maybe will be relevant to more of you, and I will come back with another video for you a little bit later, depending on how much time will take to upload this one. Again, I'm happy to create content again. Thank you for coming back to my channel. I really hope that this time we get to create a little bit more. I hope my community board will be open soon, so I can actually write messages in between the videos and share other stuff there, maybe for you to share there as well and comment. And I still didn't relocate yet, but I can tell you my luggage is done at the door. I'm just waiting for the sign from God to go. And I will start also maybe podcast as soon as I relocate. I will stop it now because it's over 30 minutes and it's gonna take too long to upload. We will see each other in the next video, and I'll just pick a topic which I hope will be relevant to you for Lionsgate.